Crime, there will soon be fewer sheriff's deputies patrolling West Hollywood. In a controversial move, the city council voted to redirect funding to other public safety programs, and that idea is not going over well with many people in the West Hollywood community.
KTLA 5's Chris Wolf reports for us from West Hollywood with more on this decision.
Good evening. It was a very controversial vote late into the night this week, passing by only a narrow margin, 3-2, with the West Hollywood City Council voting to shift money.
A narrow margin? That's fucking 60% to fucking 40%. I think on a measure like this, there needs to be more than 5 people voting on it. Wouldn't you say?
From the LA County Sheriff's Department into more of these unarmed security ambassadors. The political leaders of West Hollywood say
unarmed security ambassadors. Is that a well-organized militia? Is that what that is? A well-organized militia? Who appointed these people? Where's their credentials? Where's their training? Where's their authority? I mean, that's just the beginning.
Community safety is a top priority, but they have different ideas on how to best protect people. Following a controversial vote, which narrowly passed 3-2, West Hollywood will cut funding for the LA County Sheriff's Department, using that money instead to strengthen other public safety programs. One is called the Block by Block Security Ambassador Program. These are unarmed personnel deployed on bicycles along major streets, alleys, parking lots, and neighborhoods. The plan includes foot patrols and fixed post security.
Wait a second, so we're going to Britain rule of law. Because those bobbies, they are unarmed friggin' authority figures. You see, and the thing is that the only people with guns are going to be criminals, because law-abiding citizens are not going to be able to have firearms. And well, we can see that this is not going to work, because in order for us to have a well-trained militia, we must all have our rights to protect ourselves. So yeah, I do believe that there should be training and such, if for the militia and things of that nature. But the thing is, just like anyone who owns a firearm, in order to maintain a firearms license or registration and such, firearm training, must be taken in order to renew, and in order to get one, a person must go through training. I mean, we have the ability to have simulators and everything like that, so there's no excuse. I mean, there's ways to improve the situation, but January 6th protesters did not have AR-15s walking around. Why is it now just being said that they had them? Oh, because the newly released footage. Trust me, if they were walking around with freaking AR-15s, then that would have been mainstream. And just like the deadly, January 6th, the only person who died was Ashley Babbitt. Nonetheless, shouldn't say the only. She was murdered. Ashley Babbitt was murdered. There was 2 other people who had heart or health issues who passed away, and then I believe 2 police officers committed suicide, and one of them died from chemicals in the mace. I believe that's how he died, but it wasn't because of blunt force trauma to the head by a fire extinguisher. No. Friggin'. And it's like 2 of the police officers committed suicide. Like, Wait, what did they see? What did they see? Oh, maybe they know something about something and freaking, yeah, they were just killeried.
Guards at city facilities. Many people question this action, given the recent climate of increased violent crime across Southern California. Bullet points of the community safety budget include increase security ambassadors by 30 positions to perform foot patrols in residential neighborhoods, add one LA County deputy to the entertainment district team, and decrease the number of LASD deputies by 2 in 90 days.
Wait, so they still want the police, but they don't want the police. It's like they're going to handpick the police officers that they have so that freaking, hey, you know what? Freaking, this is the law that's, goes on around here. Freaking, don't fuck with these people. We won't fuck with you. And, you're going to get kickback. This is just nothing more than corruption.
Lauren Meister voted against the plan.
Supportive of our security ambassadors, our unarmed security ambassadors, but I don't think they are a replacement for our sheriffs.
There are issues with hiring and recruiting people and doing it. And so if I know that that's having a struggle, I can only imagine what the struggle we're going to face with this.
Others support the plan.
I mean, the sheriffs themselves have said, so much of our time is spent dealing with the homeless, sleeping on the street or passed out in the park.
Well, why is that? Why is that? Because the social programs that California has forced onto, like the politician has forced onto the residents of the state, don't work. And these policies are freaking going mainstream. And that's why, basically, freaking California, what's happening is freaking the politicians who are being financed are selling California. And that's why freaking Albuquerque's getting worse, like New Mexico, Colorado. It's freaking, it's the East expansion. All right. Well, even the South American expansion as well. It's like we're giving up California. To who? For what? Their policies obviously don't work. And so what's going to happen here? Oh, there's going to be a state of emergency declared in California once again, which is going to divert freaking tax dollars, because that's basically how freaking California stays afloat. Just like freaking the fires that were created by poorly maintained power lines, by the power system and such. The money that's being allocated. I mean, California is like, I believe it is the richest state. If not one, it's between that and New York, which are two of the biggest producers of the United States. And and blessed. And it's like, I hope that freaking, well, jeez, I mean, if we can't get things right there, what the fuck, is going on? I mean, so the emergency things, what was it, PNM? They create the fires and everything like that. And it's like they're creating, all this devastation and whatnot. And because it's like, look how big of the problem is. And it's, their neglect is causing problems. Just like going back to New Mexico, Albuquerque, freaking the infrastructure is outdated and freaking hasn't been maintained. That's why freaking a lot of the water mains and everything like that breaks and the sewage is fucked up, because freaking the land moves. All right? It moves. And you got to maintain things. And, and it's like, because they don't want to do their job. it affects the rest of the United States because we're diverting tax dollars to this place, which is just freaking bleeding. Bleeding. And filling the pockets of corrupt politicians who are bought out. I mean, people don't even understand what fascism is. They're anti-fascist, anti-Trump, anti-KKK, and now fucking anti-USA. Right? But they have no idea what the fuck any of that fucking means. None of it. And that's a goddamn fucking problem. Like, this is not going to solve a goddamn fucking thing.
We can't get to the regular business we want to do.
But our residents want foot patrols. So we're going to add 30 foot patrols for block-by-block security ambassadors.
Wow, so you're going to hire rent-a-cops. Who's paying for all that? Oh, wait, the taxpayers, because it was voted on.
In 9 months, staff members will report back to the City Council on crime trends and also to evaluate the security ambassador staffing increase before a decision is made to potentially cut 3 additional LA County deputies. In West Hollywood, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
Experience.
My comment got taken down. I can't remember what I wrote before, but I mean, it's just kind of a revised version of it. In a month, California will create another state of emergency to extort taxpayers from the 49 states to fill in the blanks of its cooked books. Nothing in California has worked, and America pays for it and will suffer through continued compliance of these counterproductive measures. Armed citizens scares criminals and the government. That's why they want our guns. Probably shouldn't have made another edit, but anyways, take care, be safe, be kind, stay strong. Love y'all.